Hi, and welcome to our how-to video on the Create Actions page. In Mission Control, there are numerous ways to create actions in a project. Actions identify the work required to complete a task and contain essential information, some of which roll up to the project. You can track how much time has been used to deliver the work required by creating the time logs related to the action. The Create Action feature allows users to mass create and mass edit all child actions under a project. Some key elements of an action include the action name, the action owner, start date, end date, hours scheduled billable, and hours scheduled non-billable. The Create Actions page is accessible on the project and milestone page layouts. You can access it by clicking the Create Actions lightning button in the top right corner. As we get started on our project, when you create a project from scratch, you can utilize the Create Milestone page to mass create all milestones under a project, and then use the Create Actions page to mass create all child actions and assign them to the appropriate parent milestone, which all falls under the same project. In this case, these are two lightning buttons here. As we take a look at the Create Actions feature today, we'll be mainly be looking at this lightning button that's available on the project page. When we have our gold SLA project here, we see that this action is going to span in the month of November, starting and ending in November, all the working days, and we have our billable or non-billable admin to start us off. We also have our pre-existing milestone that is already created for us. When we look at our lightning buttons available on the project page, we can see that the Create Actions lightning feature is available on the project page and is also available on the milestone. So if you go ahead and click on your milestone here, you'll see that the lightning buttons are available here. In this case, if you don't see it like this milestone page or you don't see it on the project page, you can go ahead and go to the setup. So you can go to your setup icon, and click edit object. It would bring you to the object that you need to go to, or you can just go to manage your setup page for object manager and click on projects or milestone. In this case, we're going to add it to the milestone page layout. When we go ahead and click on the page layout, you can go to mobile and lightning actions and type in Create Actions. When you see the Create Actions feature, you're going to go ahead and add it to the Salesforce mobile and lightning experience actions. So from here, you're going to drag and drop that and add it onto the page. That way you'll see the lightning button for Create Actions, and you can save there. Once you've gone ahead and done that, then you can refresh your page and you'll see that the lightning Create Actions page is now available on your milestone page as well. When you're looking at on the milestone, obviously this is only going to pull all child actions under this milestone. In this case, we're going to look at all child actions under the project. So we're going to go ahead and click on this here. When you go ahead and click into your Create Actions page, you're able to see right away the layout of the Create Actions. All of these are default fields out of the box that are going to come onto the page. If you edit the field set that controls this, then you'll be limited on which custom fields or out of the box fields that you see. These are all action fields that come out of the box on the action object, and so these like standard ones, you'll see action name, status, hours, end date, working date, and the action owner. When you want to see all existing actions, you would want to click Display Existing Actions and then toggle that, which enables you to see all existing actions already under the project. So currently we already know that there's one action and that's named admin, right? And so that has already been determined as milestone parent, which is that one milestone that has been created. In this case, we're going to go ahead and create the build. You can go ahead and enter in the build name here. And since that's created, and then we can go ahead on the quick search toolbox here, we can add in deliver and toggle that in down here. The error is obviously going to name that you're missing in a new name for the new action. In this case, it's going to you're missing the milestone name, right? So we want to make sure all actions have a parent milestone. In this case, we've already created that, and we want to go ahead and create our design action. In this case, our design action will be created. as you have our build, deliver, and design actions all under the gold milestone, we can go ahead and edit that. We can edit it by scrolling to the left here, and we're able to see numerous fields, right? You can mass edit by clicking on this checkbox here. And when you click on it, it's going to automatically select all actions. If you only want to select maybe these actions that you're creating brand new, then you can go ahead and do that, and just deselect the ones that you don't want to mass edit. So in this case, I'm going to go and edit the ones that don't have a date, right? So we're going to start in the month of November. Automatically, this is going to fill up in the month of November. It's going to default to 1 working day, but let's say that I know we're also going to know it's going to extend, right? So we're not going to get this work done in 1 day, but the whole month of November instead. So that's going to default to create those working days for you. If we have our schedule that we know it's roughly going to take us 20 hours for each action, then we can fill that out as well. In this one, I'm going to go ahead and assign that to myself. So when you go ahead and select the name, it's already going to mass update that for all 3 new actions, right? In this case, if you had a new action, you can toggle multiple inline editing, which allows you to create that new action here, and it allows you to add more action records. So in this case, if this was a test action that I was creating and I had that one, it's gonna this icon here is gonna copy the information that is right above it. So it's gonna copy that information down. In this case, it's gonna copy the action owner down onto the following one. There you go. And that committed and saved. From there, we can go ahead and continue to fill out the fields for this action. If you know that that's all the information that you want, then you can go ahead and save that and commit those changes, making sure that that warning icon is letting you know nothing has been saved just yet. So we want to go ahead and save that. If we know that we really only just want to look at the new actions being created, then we can look at the new ones here. I know that the last one, it was just a test record, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that test record called test. Now that I have all 3 of my actions, I'm going to go ahead and save that. And when our page refreshes on the overview page for the project, we will see automatically that the build, deliver, and design milestones have been automatically created. The dates have been adjusted with the total hours scheduled for each of the actions. And maybe I wanted to assign more contributors. We can go back and do that on the overview, or we can also do that on the create actions page as well. As we saw the raw icon, so I'm going to go here automatically. You'll see that it's been disabled. I want to go back and look at all my active existing actions on my project. In this raw icon, so the resource assignment wizard is going to allow us to create those contributor records and tie them to each of the actions. As we pull that up, you'll see out of the box that I can go ahead and add Gmin, and I'm going to give him 5 available. In this case, let's give him 10 available working hours scheduled for him as well. So it's going to distribute those 20 hours and give us split it evenly in 2, since I've dictated 10 hours for him. So it's going to split it in half with 10 hours for me and 10 hours for Gmin. If you wanted to add specify that you're trying to look for, you don't know who to add yet, but you're trying to look for certain individuals or skill sets, then you can select those skill sets and search for that information to find potential roles to add in as a contributor. You can also look at our artist distributor, which is going to create role allocations for you, and it's going to split up those hours scheduled evenly to make sure that each of those roles or contributors that you've added onto this action are going to be distributed evenly for the hours scheduled on this action. We'll go ahead and save that since all that has been saved. And so now we know Gmin has 10 hours on this action here. We see that this has already been added on the build. And so if you wanted to drag and drop that down to deliver, that is going to allow you to kind of duplicate that work that you did down from above down onto the next row of action, and the next action row. If you wanted to add custom fields that you've added onto the action page, you can do so. These fields that are you see here are coming out of the box, but they are controlled on a field set under the action object. You can see that on the action page when you go to your action object manager. Make sure it's AMC action, that's pre-commission control, and go to the field set. Once you're on the field set, you can find our create actions fields for the create actions page. So that's going to be right here, and as you click on it, you can customize what fields you want to see. As you've gone ahead and dragged and dropped those fields that you want to see, there might be other additional custom fields that you've added onto the action object. You can drag and drop those down onto the field set here. I've gone ahead and added my start and end date, our scheduled billable, non-billable, Gantt sort order. That way I can control the order of my actions, and then I can put notes in as well. As you've gone ahead and saved this, it won't fully save just yet. You will have to go to the control pad on the mission control console page. So once you're on the console page and you're in the control pad settings, you can scroll down to the create actions tile. So the create actions page settings. So this is where it allows you to add 5 additional fields to be displayed on the create actions page. Currently, I know that I've already customized the mission control fields, and so I will go ahead and enable the override fields on the create actions page field set, as I've already done so in the back end. So I'm going to enable that. Then you have the max of 5 custom fields that you can add to the create actions page. Once you have gone ahead and clicked save, that will reflect in your create actions page now. And we will see those fields that we dragged and dropped from the field set. The start and end date, the hour schedule that we wanted, the Gantt sort order, the notes have are the fields that I wanted to remain. And so that has already been added. We see that the columns for the icons and the dependency, they will stick as the other columns here for the other fields. I know that I want to go ahead and build, we're going to go ahead and order these in the correct order. So I'm just going to name the action as 0 to start us off, and then we know we're going to design, we're going to build, and then we're going to deliver this. Once I've set the order that I want it to be, you can put in your notes if needed. You can also go ahead and use our checklist item manager icon. So if you knew that there was going to be checklist items or smaller subtasks under the action that you needed folks to do, then you can go ahead and create the checklist items under this action. I'm going to go ahead and just say call customer, and I'm going to say confirm build. Obviously you want to associate those to the right role, and so I'm going to go back and edit that. I'm going to put that to Janaya. This is my project, and so I'll give that to myself. I'll click the plus icon for the checklist item manager here, and I'm going to do that for the one below as well. Actually, I'm going to give this one to Jimin since we're both working on this project. Once you've clicked the arrow, it confirms it already. So all you need to do is just click exit out of it. We see that the milestone, action name, and action owner are required and default fields on the create actions page. So you won't be able to reorder or remove them off of the create actions page. The icon along with the assignment wizard and the checklist item manager columns. The dependency, however, is not an actual field on the action object. So in this case, if you did want to remove it, you would just have to go back to the create actions settings tile, and you just want to make sure to remove that column for dependencies. And once you've done that, then we can refresh this page and the dependency field should update. Now that that's gone, we have our fields that we had selected in the order that we wanted to be in. So we're going to go ahead and save this now. and that has been confirmed on the control pad setting for those override fields, so that I want them in a certain order. You see that I have my admin, I have my design that's going to go first, my build, and then my deliver. So in the order that I had set it for. We also see our checklist items under the admin for myself and Gmin to do. I've already done that, so I'm going to mark that as complete, and that is how you can use the create actions feature to mass create and mass edit actions, all child actions under the project. This concludes our how-to video on the Create Actions feature. Please feel free to reach out to us through email or our support ticket. You can also read through the various resources we have available on our website regarding our user guide, our implementation guide, training videos, knowledge-based articles, Cosmo campfires, and our learning portal. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.